So another good series win for the Phils against a quality opponent, maybe the best opponent in the American leagues, in the Detroit Tigers. It was really nice to see them, bounce back from that less than stellar series against the White Sox and really come out to take 2 of 3 from an American League powerhouse. It could have we could have lost 2 of those 3 games because that first one we ran into some trouble on a night when Jimmy Rollins, the great Jimmy Rollins, Philly shortstop for the better part of a decade. I think actually maybe even a little over a decade, was being honored, and Ed Wade for his contributions to the franchise. The Phillies, they ran into some trouble there towards the end. I'm sorry, not towards the end, but in the beginning of the game. But they were able to right the ship. Ranger Suarez had a good outing, and I think what people are going to remember the most from this series is that Johan Duran, our closer, our I won't say he was a targeted prize, but a position that was an obvious need for pretty much all of this regular season was finally addressed, and we finally got to see him come out and show just how good he can be. And two appearances, 2 saves, one of which only took him 4-5 pitches to get the save. I mean, it was incredible. It was incredible to see him to see him come out with his show, with his entrance and everything, and not just get the save, but to dominate the closing situation that he was set up in. It was just awesome. And then the second game that he saved yesterday, where we beat the Tigers 2-0 in a pitcher's duel, he was throwing smoke, 101, 102, 103, and he was demonstrating good control on the ball too. The ball wasn't getting away from him. It wasn't all over the strike zone. He had good command. He had good control, and he was throwing the ball right in front of guys' faces, and they weren't able to do anything with it. That's what you want to see out of your closer. And I mean, it's only a small sample size, but we have to feel good now whenever we have a lead late in ball games. We feel a whole heck of a lot better when we have leads late in ball games, because we know that now we have a young guy, a guy who's, not old, but actually still pretty young, only 27, a young guy that can come into the game and, throw the cuffs on pretty much just about anybody that he faces. And he was getting faster as the series, as the inning went along. He wasn't slowing down. He wasn't, showing any signs of fatigue. Now, granted, he is a closer, because closers don't really get into the game. They only make one usually brief appearance. But nevertheless, he was demonstrating that, he can throw. He can break the triple digits consistently, and that's got to be scary. And we're getting healthy. Our pitching staff is still one of the best in baseball, and now we have a guy who can put you pretty much in the cell when it comes to closing the game out. We're going to have Wheeler. We're going to have Suarez, Lazardo, if he can get his head on straight, Aaron Nola, and Christopher Sanchez. And I just want to talk about Christopher Sanchez real quick. After that last start that he had against the White Sox, where he was below his standards, absolutely phenomenal. I think that if we didn't have Duran, Grant Sanchez probably would have pitched to CG because he was that good. He was he was he got into a little bit of jams. He got into a little bit of trouble, but he rebounded nicely. He got out of jams. The defense helped him out too. Some real nice defensive plays by Trey Turner, Bryson Stott. A heads up play by Bryce Harper, where it looked like the guy was safe. Edmundo Sosa, a really clutch throw home to get the guy out to JT. I mean, it was yesterday's game. The rubber game was a complete team effort. Everybody contributed. Everybody was on point. And, Kyle Schwarber, not that we needed it, but Kyle Schwarber just continuing to do Kyle Schwarber things. 38 home runs, 51 games left. He needs 12 to break 50. I think he can do it. He gets a couple of 2 home run games in. Kyle Schwarber, he's showing that we need to give him everything he wants and more, because he's going to play a big role in how far we go this year, how deep of a playoff run that we make. So it was a great series, man. It was great to see the Phillies get their head back on straight, like I said, against a quality opponent, against a team that could very well be a World Series contender, could very well represent the American League in the World Series. Who knows? We could be very well seeing these guys again. So this was a good barometer. The Tigers, they gave us some trouble. Zach Wheeler wasn't sharp in that second game. He got knocked around a little bit, but it happens. Every great pitcher has a slump. Sometimes that slump is prolonged, and maybe this is just what Zach is experiencing right now. But all in all, I'm happy. We got the series win. We're back in first place now, which is a good deal for us. Though it's a short lead, but it's a lead, and it's a good way to start the month of August off. So now we turn the page, get ready to face the Baltimore Orioles in a 3-game series starting tonight. This should be another series win. The Orioles, given how they've played over the last couple of years, they're underachieving this year, but of course they're still a Major League Baseball team that doesn't deserve a kind of like a raising of the nose. We don't. They don't deserve to be snorted at. They can have outbursts. They've got some players on their team. Adley Rutschman, Jackson Holliday, a couple of guys that comes to mind. Cedric Mullins, he was linked to the Phillies in talks a little earlier this year, but they have some guys. But I like our guys better. So let's keep these good times rolling. Don't tease up. We've got some good momentum now, and we're going to try and keep it going. So, yeah, it's nice to see the Phillies right this ship. Let's get after it. Let's continue to put the heat on our opponents, and as we get ready to make this playoff push, let's work. I'm here for it.